we can't accept other people's help. And shit, truth be told, if we just, like you said, accept other people's help and position these people in our lives, as such, you don't have no problem for real. You know what I'm saying? And your ass would just be taking the extracurricular courses for the most part, or vice versa. If you type of person that like intense situations or being the decision maker, you let everybody else take care of the extracurriculars and you take care of the serious shit. But be that as it may, accepting your help to me means, accept what people can do for you. Don't be expecting more than you should when it comes to help. Help is help.
One thing that we have to learn as humans, we don't have to struggle. We done been programmed and indoctrinated so long to believe that, oh no, we have to work hard. Oh no, I have to put in effort. So a lot of times we don't even know how to accept help because we didn't work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of shit don't just flow to us. Like, just watching Billy Carson talk about the law of attraction from a scientific place, like the people who I practice law of attraction with, they don't talk about it from a scientific place, like how all the scientists have really realized that your thoughts really become things. Your thoughts really think you into a negative situation. Your thoughts really...
And they are things too. Like,
yeah,
your thoughts are
blocks of things. Yeah. Your thoughts are blocks of thought that get sent to you, and then you act on them. Mm-hmm. And you can easily change them because they're only thoughts.
As well as you got thoughts that come from your collective experiences. So you got all of that to take into account, plus something that's taking place in the present moment. That would determine how somebody reacts or responds to a certain situation, or how they even feel about it. Because of the things they experienced up to now, and shit, different thought patterns that come to us that I call downloads,
Yeah, blocks of thoughts are downloads.
But be that as it may, I'm glad my computer worked. Because it's a lot of people getting downloads that they don't see it that way. They see it as though that's just a fucking problem. So that's why they start lashing out at the person who's teaching them the lesson.
One thing that we need to learn as a people too is shit, we are really vibrational beings. And when we have problems and we're looking for solutions, we're not going to get them because the solution is on a different vibration. You're never going to reach a solution, huh?
Clear facts.
You're never gonna reach a solution until you vibrate with the solution. That's why that meditation shit and all that shit is real. We really need to do that.
But that's why I feel like, that thought shit is real and all of that, because it's like, once you decide something is that, then life just has no choice but to keep on giving you instances where, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, yes, you're right.
Always answer yes. The universe is your soul, your inner being, all that shit. Always answer.
But it don't excuse a person using that and not realizing like you using yourself to go crazy. Cause you think, cause myself didn't tell me no, then you know what I'm saying. It can't be nothing wrong with it. But truth be told, have you even got in tune with self? Because a lot of things we think itself is just a collective of experiences. But we never sat down to analyze these experiences to see how they weigh out to us. I put roaches in there. That's why I had that.
Do you got those little glass jars in the room?
I'll put them in there. But here goes some trash. Yup. Tell them, boy, they better pray. Tell them, ain't nobody safe. On my mama, on my game. We gon' put it in their face. Dad gang, mom gang, child gang. Got them scared to come outside. We stepping night and day. Till it hurts, it ain't no mercy, that's just how we raise. You hear that church up in my music, cause that's how I'm raised. I told God he gotta forgive me, I'm insane, yo. Get down on my knees when I'm in pain, yo. Tired of the rain on my brain. I clear that blood out my Jesus, please. In Jesus' name. Fucking light it. Oh, Jesus, please. Can you feel my need? Talk about vibrations. Niggas gotta pay more attention to their vibration than what they give off. I'll be around 2 minutes for me not to be able to keep a thought half the time. And then half the time the person I'm talking to don't know. Like, nigga, are you paying attention? Y'all.
Playing inside your workshop and the manifestations that are showing up in your life experience. As we're thinking and speaking, we're creating. No other creates in your experience. You are doing it all. You get all of the credit. As you observe your own life experience and the experience of those around you, we want you to understand that there is not a shred of evidence that is contrary to these powerful laws that we are expressing. As you begin to notice the absolute correlation between what you are thinking and speaking and what you are getting, your understanding of the law of attraction will continue, and your desire to utilize your guidance system to deliberately direct your thoughts will increase. And of course, you will have a much greater understanding of the lives of those around you as well. In fact, it is sometimes easier for you to see it with others. Have you noticed that those who speak most of illness have more and more illness? Have you noticed that those who speak more of poverty live more in it, while those who speak prosperity have more of it? As you understand that your thoughts are magnetic and your attention of them causes them to grow in power until eventually the subject of the thought becomes the subject of your experience. Your willingness to pay attention to the way you feel will help you more deliberately choose the direction of your thought. It is easy to see the law of attraction work as you are involved in a conversation with another. For an example, imagine that your friend is speaking of something she is experiencing and you want to be a good friend. So you are focusing upon her words and listening to the examples she is offering about what is happening to her. As you stay focused there longer, your own examples of similar situations come into your mind. As you then join her in conversation by adding the matching stories of your experience, the thought vibration grows stronger still. Enough attention to these subjects and enough conversations about these things you have experienced will want, you will eventually find yourself absolutely surrounded by thoughts, words, and experiences that are in direction of that which you do not want. You and your friends will now have even more unpleasant situations to discuss with one another. Now, if you had been sensitive to the way you were feeling as the conversation first began, leaning in the direction of what you do not want, you would have been aware of the sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. You would have recognized your guidance, which is essentially saying you are thinking and speaking about what you do not want. And the reason for that warning signal, that warning bell, was the discord between who you really are and what you desire.
Is that a period?
No.
It's in a period.
Who you really are and what you desire, and what you are focusing upon in this moment.
I be feeling like that go along with what I be teaching people on my channel as far as sensitivity. And as much as you touched the wrong way, you okay? As much as I hate when that shit happen. As much as like I just be thinking, you know, sometimes you say stuff like you was just reading, you say stuff, and then as the law of attraction plays out, you know, how everything play out, you be like, damn, hold on, I really couldn't have avoided this shit. You know, and as much as people think you gotta work towards some shit, you realize, hold on, I really didn't have to do all of that shit. Like, I made it harder on myself because I was coming down this way anyway.
Right. That's
you know
going downstream. That's going.
Yeah, I actually took a few detours before I got here. Instead of just coming straight on, because I thought I was supposed to work over here first, then I can go. But if you think that, then that's what life love you that much. It's gonna give you room to do that shit. If that's what you feel like you need to fulfill yourself. Don't get me wrong, some people that is what they need to do. Like, I would say don't intentionally take yourself off the path, but every day, purposefully distract yourself. And what I mean by that, work on your shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the things that come up when you feel like you're being distracted. When you feel like you eating something you said you weren't going to eat. If you would have did that shadow work, focusing on what triggers you have, what things that you say you working on not doing, then when that shit come up, you already, you're going to be sensitive because like you said, when you don't meet the person that you desire to be, that shit come up. It's a conflict that take place within you to where you like, okay, I can make a decision now to do that shit and work forward towards this shit every day, because it ain't something you just gonna be unless you continue to do this shit. You see what I'm saying? So, man, that shit, I feel like I just said the whole fucking lot, because I'm trying to digest
What I just said was real as fuck. Like,
of course, that's what led to a nigga talking about this shit.
Nah, for real though. But yeah, that's how it go. Like, you know how we be sitting there and we be talking just like it just said, for an example. You sitting there and you talking to somebody and they telling you some shit that you feeling so deeply in your soul, it's moving your emotions, and like you like.
Or you turn on a video and you like, I don't even know why I'm watching this shit. But then they say some shit, you like, whoa.
When I be listening to her videos, she say that all the time. You cut on the news or you cut on the TV or something, and something comes on and all these people done been killed somewhere else, and now it got your emotions stirring.
Well, not even just that. Think about times you try to avoid doing certain shit or feeling certain shit that you gotta work through, and then you turn off whatever you was watching to avoid it, and you turn on a movie or something that you use to get distracted about the same topic. You like, the fuck? Talking about it, but at some point in the movie, it gets to a point where it triggered you to be reminded of the thoughts you had before you try to distract yourself. And that's why I say we gotta intentionally distract ourselves. But when you intentionally distract yourself, recognize that you're still not gonna avoid that conversation because of the law of attraction. You feel me?
About to continue on. That feeling that you have initially, is it a good feeling or a bad feeling? If it's a bad feeling, you continue with it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but
it's as simple as that.
What I meant by the intentionally distraction part is so we understand that each other. Like you said, you don't have to. But the reason why I was suggesting it was because every day we have this build up. Like, like say for instance, you balling, you got money to take to the bank every day to make a deposit. So every day we got this deposit of underlying triggers within us, underlying feelings within us that we need to address. Big ass beard, he's going through it. That's what I said. So I try to acknowledge his presence. Damn, what the hell was I finna say? Oh, we got these collective things that's deposited to our triggers. Our underlying issues and stuff like that. But if we don't take the time to address these underlying triggers, work on them daily, then one day these underlying, not even one day, every day these motherfuckers trip us up. You get caught up responding to some shit, like, man, I don't like that shit. My mom used to always do that, or I don't like that shit because such and such used to always say that crazy shit to me or some shit. You know what I mean? So, but when you working on these type of things, it's like, dang, I find myself being excited that I didn't respond the way that I used to. It's going down again. But, and that's, to me, that's something to be excited about, when you can celebrate the fact that, dang, I ain't respond the way that I normally would. I would have lost my mind any other time you would say that type of shit to me. You know what I mean? To me, those are the things that we need to be referencing, rather than, not doing the shadow work on a daily basis or intentionally distracting yourself. And that's why I say intentionally distracting, because we get distracted unintentionally when somebody says something to us. And it's no different when we seeking certain information. You was alluding to, like, you might call yourself not trying to talk about something no more, then you go over here and you think you're doing something totally different to help somebody else out, and they talking about the shit. You're like, well, I guess I gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it be a lot of times I get people that come and they help a nigga towards a goal and don't even realize they doing this shit. You feel me? Like, versus we keep seeing people as distractions. Like, we keep saying, like, this motherfucker came over here, got me doing this, da-da-da-da. But if you start valuing people, you'll see the reverse. You'll see, dang, this motherfucker came over here to make me better for real, for real. Like, dang, I'm glad this person came along. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we had this disagreement.
Everybody in your life for a reason. We trust everybody.
I feel like everybody here to make you better if you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's all on you. If you want to gear towards somebody making you better, or you want to gear towards somebody goddamn fucking you over, or if you want to make it half and half. However, it's your life.
I can agree and say that you can look at everybody as some type of opportunity for something.
Yeah.
But I can't say that everybody here to make you better.
But it's not like in the instance that I'm speaking of, like you alluded to the first go around, like I'm not able to think for them people. And I'm not going to try to feel like I am.
Be here to make you better.
Yeah, like my mom, this is something. Or people mamas in general, I would say that they like this, same way my mom was with me. Like, she had the best intentions in the world for me. But with the changes in the world, and the changes in the fact that I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? This type of thing, it would lean one to the point that you gotta tell yourself you can't do everything people tell you to do, hook and nail. Like, some shit you gotta figure out for yourself. Some shit you gotta recognize, okay, this is what they meant, but due to the change in times, this how I'm gonna have to apply that shit. You see what I'm saying? So, as far as I'm concerned, that's the example for me that, you know, a person might not even be trying to fuck you over, but they love you so motherfucking much and want so much better for you to the point they can unintentionally smother you. You feel me? And I feel like we as so-called teachers, we as so-called healers, when we get to the point that we doing too much, people we so-called here to help, then you handicapping them and you smothering them. And I feel like that's where we at with these so-called other ethnic groups. When we like, what can we do to help them understand? Because we trying to help them understand humanity. We trying to help them understand humanity by way of us as a sacrifice. Like, how long we gonna do that? Like, it's already clear who the Christ beings are. I ain't saying don't do it, because there's certain reasons and seasons for everybody.
Right.
Some people meant to be those type of people this lifetime. You know, for them to learn how to live the next lifetime or whatever the case may be. So I'm not gonna sit here and be totally but the point I'm making though is, let's not act like something ain't important until it matters to you. Because it mattered the whole fucking time if it mattered now. This is what I'm trying to say. So, as much as a motherfucker act like sex don't matter when you out here having sex with people that you choose to have sex with, it's almost like you led way to this situation you didn't choose to be in. Because you out here doing this shit vicariously. And niggas like you don't care. It look like you giving that energy off, you don't care. So when the next motherfucker who really don't care come along, or you not susceptible to that energy like you say with the vibration shit. Now with kids and older people, we recognize they susceptible to certain environments that they don't have no control over. But as adults, we choose for the most part what environments we put ourselves in and what environments we choose to stay in. So, I don't want nobody coming on my motherfucking video talking about, but what about them kids, da-da-da-da. Like, nigga, you already know. A lot of them situations they in, they have no control over. But what I'm trying to say is for adults that was once kids, think about the stuff that you did as a kid that's leading to you wanting to be in certain situations now as an adult, and you're not even uncomfortable enough to stop that shit before it gets too far out of control. You're not sensitive enough, like you said, to the gut feelings. And shit, the first gut feeling I can remember is when you was a kid and you had to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even though they hurt you, you still knew that what you was about to do to them was gonna hurt them. And you was like, I don't wanna hurt this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for a motherfucker to keep on trying to teach you people humanity.
You want something to drink?
Yes.
That's what you want?
Or kind of.
Okay. That's what you showing me.
Even the water. But to keep on trying to teach people humanity who obviously, you know what I'm talking about? We trying to teach the motherfuckers who don't give a fuck. That'd be the problem.
Right.
The ones who be trying to show humanity, get out of my face. Peace to the family. Who we got in here? Make sure y'all drop a comment, man. Shout out to Alonzo and the All-Star Advisors. Hey, bro, I would like to build with y'all soon, man. With you and your brothers on your panel, man. Y'all be having some interesting conversations, and you know, I'm all for some interesting conversations. This morning, I'm just sitting over here talking about the laws of attraction, on the things that we focus on. A plethora of topics. You know what I'm saying? That's costing the nigga brain this morning while I'm trying to maintain. Don't you got a debate coming up? Make sure I shout out to the debate league. You know what I'm talking about? That's how I be knowing a lot of my brothers don't be watching my videos enough, because I do shout out the debate league. Make sure y'all go check out the Solar Vision Debate League with my brother A9, and this is the champ. You feel me? Man, shout it. My nigga A9, and this is the champ. You had to reschedule your shit. Oh, that's cool. That's cool then fuck. That's cool. At least you got to reschedule your shit, and that shit didn't get, didn't cost you no points. Sometimes that shit'll cost a nigga. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, shout out to the new debaters as well as the vets. Shout out to my brother Swab Beezy. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Argument League. Make sure y'all in the heezy for that, because it be popping over there. Definitely be popping over there. But this shit crazy right now. It's popping out shit at night. I mean, this morning. Everybody in their mama too. But, yeah, family. Gotta be careful the things that we focus on. The things that we put our energy into. As you might kind of find out that this shit is the thing that's draining you. This is the very thing that's keeping you from maintaining or accomplishing what you see is in your view. So, it's just one of those many times that I would encourage for you to take the time to double check, triple check. Make sure you ain't putting yourself in a double check. Make sure you ain't putting yourself in a double check.
What?
Make sure you ain't putting yourself in a double check, man. You know what a double check is?
No, I do not know what a double check is.
A double check is when you put yourself in a situation where you can't do what you say you want to do. All the while you been doing that shit just so you can complain and say don't nobody want to let me do it.
I think it is one bad like the kids.
Nobody want to see me be great, but you just keep sabotaging your motherfucking self. Like, hell nah. Nobody want to see no buffoon be great. Because as soon as I sit here and, support you, you going to fall on your face and give all the money back. So what was the point of that? Man, I'm talking to it live. Like, what's the point of people, keep on doing things all the while to sit back and complain about how don't nobody want to see you be great? Quit hate. Get your life together.
How is this spiraling like that? It look like you designed it.
I could. I'm a god. Man, shout out to my bros putting up. Make sure y'all drop a comment. That shit help with the algorithm. Hit that like button. They trying to ban the positive man. Oh yeah, this is something I'm definitely gonna do a video about. Y'all drop a comment, let me know how y'all feel about this shit. So, I got this thing about, these people talking about selling your soul. And it just came back to me because it was some shit when I was a kid. They used to always let me know, like, what they meant by that shit, all right? Okay, so black people, was called Soul Singers. For all y'all that stayed to this point of the video, this for you. Black people was called Soul Singers when we was first making our music here, you know what I'm saying, and it was being acknowledged by the other ethnicities. Because we always made music no matter where we was, no matter what they called it, or what we called it. Long story short, because you know this is really a long story, we got a long history. The selling of the soul was really when a black man would allow for a white man to have say-so of his intellectual properties, for him to sign to their label. Because mind you, the music industry, it became all about crossing over, right? Crossing over. So when they talking about getting to that crossroad that you cross over to is the white people. Because you always was making your music and being heard by the black people. And once all the black people deemed you as a star, that's when mainstream want to know who you are. Why? Mainly because there's a lot of money being made by selling product to black people. When, you know, the whole game of economics is to sell things to black people because they the only ones who don't practice group economics. They're the only ones who are promoted. There's a $1 billion industry that promotes us not doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else get to control their images on TV, so therefore the innocent or the immature get a clear understanding what they people are about. Whereas we're geared towards consuming. And our children are taught this from a young age, as they even advertise consumption at a high level to our children. Majority of the things that are advertised towards women and children. Man, quit playing. Act like we wouldn't pull over on your ass. What you think this is, Ashley? She was all in your group. Anyway. Yeah, no, it says she was a tall ass Ashley. Oh man, look at the gods. Again though, the selling of the soul was basically when a black man allowed for a white man to basically take them around the world, you know, showing them off to different people. No different than when they had their coliseums. People would get ate up by animals. You know, they had fans. But even they fans, they wanted to see them rise and then see them fall. And once they fail, they wanted to see them destroyed. Because the game was, you great as long as you perform. And when you don't perform, you deserve to die. See, they got to tell that shit to a nigga who didn't play this game. And literally watch motherfuckers get mistreated before I came into myself. Before I came into myself being athletic and skilled, I watched niggas who had that expression early in life. And when they started lacking their love for the game or desire, niggas started mistreating their ass. So, of course, I remembered that shit and was like, you know what? I'm not gonna put myself in that position. And now that I'm in that position, because that's where I was, once I realized that I was at my height, or my, you know what I'm saying, my skilled abilities. And I made a decision, you know what, I'm not gonna keep doing this motherfucking shit. I'm not gonna wait till the day my leg broke. And then motherfuckers tell me I don't matter no more. And truth be told, that was probably the best thing I ever did, because when I, man, be feeling my shoulders and shit, man, imagine how them niggas feel, bro.
We already know about the football niggas. Them niggas can't even think right no more.
Bruh. And that's why I apologize a lot of times to the people that I was with, bruh. Like, in my early years, because I know, bruh. I wasn't, man, it was so many times, like, as a kid, I used to be like, Mom, I wanted to do that. I know you told me to, you know what I'm saying? But my mind just wasn't computing that shit. Something would come up, I get stuck on that. And shout out to all my brothers and sisters out here who done been told you got ADHD. As well as those who know they fit into, if that's a real category, y'all fit into that shit. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, look up VAST. Look up vast. And just think about the word vast. If I use it in the sentence for you. He has a vast ability to obtain information. Wouldn't you think a person has the ability to multitask? What's some of the things they was telling us around the time when they started putting this shit out that everybody got ADHD? They was saying it's always not staying focused. It's trying to multitask. Stop multitasking. Be skilled in one area. You know what I'm saying? And when a motherfucker skill you in one area, they skilling you to be a part of a greater whole, to maintain a status quo. When if everybody was self-sufficient, you would see a change in how everybody was treated. Because you couldn't just mistreat somebody because you felt like you got everything and this motherfucker needs you. And this person will have to kiss your ass and take shit off of you just because they need you. The true currency of man will come back at that point. Rather than one of, oh, okay, money is the most important thing because they had to change the economic system in order to exploit the black man and woman. So therefore, we all gonna support this system. Like, come on, bro. Enter at your own risk is what I tell you on this. It's a lot of things we do and we don't want to. But don't let those things become you. Don't let those things become you. Because you are more. You're way more than they told you. And furthermore, you're way more than you ever thought you could be. This shit right here, only the tip of the iceberg, baby. Only the tip of the ice. Only the tip of the iceberg. And I'm just saying though, we live in this life till we get it right. Till we get it right. I need to get one of them dang phone hoes. But yeah, family, let's not get caught up in that game they keep playing with us about selling souls, and we over here in this imaginary, elaborate chase to figure out who the hell sold they soul. But truth be told, the whole thing of selling your soul is if you in the industry, you know, that was the crossover. Once you become mainstream, you sold your soul. Because your music is no longer for the culture in which it's sprung from. That's how they was, you know, basing it. And I'd be glad to, or eager to display the information that's out here on that with anybody who would like to debate that topic. You know, to draw some more attention to the league, you know. Shout out to my brothers. You know how we do. We over there building every day. Make sure y'all come through to the Argument League. We over there building every day. Make sure y'all come through when it's game day. You feel me? Which could be any day, you feel me? We don't wait till no specific days. Make sure y'all come through to the Solar Vision Debate League. Check us out. It gets live all the time. Again, family, make sure you don't get caught up in the plethora of distractions unintentionally out this motherfucker. They keep you off your path. They keep you dissatisfied with the things that you have. Feel me? Too often, we get caught up doing things that, you know, we done been programmed to say, oh, this is supposed to be doing right now. Since everybody up going to work, I'm supposed to be going to work. And I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you ain't doing that self, you can go to work all you want to. But when it all come down, for self will be the only thing that you'll be able to reference. Make sure y'all hit that like button. They trying to ban the positive, man. for things they don't understand. You feel me? Once you done that self-work, there's no way anybody can bring you down. There's nothing that they can tell you. Even with me bringing out what selling your soul meant in its inception and what it still means, you know, for one who is sure of themselves and know themselves, they'll be able to work within the confines, or they'll be able to work themselves out of the things that they have been put into unknowingly, you know. To me, that shows the sincerity of a person. For some people, they mess up with you and they feel like it's too much to fix, so they just keep on going. They just keep on going and shit. They're like, shit, let me move around. I ain't trying to fix this shit. It's dumb, mother. Anyway, glad you did that, sir. So I can see your tags and see that you're nowhere near home. You don't know what's going on. I don't either. Nah, man. Like, certain things in life, man, it's just meant for us to see, family. It's just meant for us to see. This nigga riding the lane that ain't even here. Wish y'all could see this shit. I don't feel like holding the phone up right now. I'm finna get over it. I don't got time to keep riding behind that. But, so, getting back to the topic, if you intentionally distract yourself, there would be things that you can do to keep yourself being triggered to respond to the idiocracies that other people have to acquiesce to. You feel me? I know for me, a lot of times I find myself like, man, I remember a time, bro. I remember a time you would have said that shit to me, where we would be. But now I'm like, man, I'm so glad I don't let people get me out my bag like that. Cause at the end of the day, a lot of times when people are trying to get up under your skin like that, they ain't got nothing else going on, bro. And here it is, you about to throw away everything else you got going on just to prove a point to a person. Like I was saying earlier, you know, we spent so many years, like ever since the beginning of, you know, protesting for humanity and stuff like that. We spent so many years trying to show people, prove to people that we have a sense of humanity, shit like that, to the point it's like, my nigga, what are you doing all that for? These people gonna act like they are, you feel me? And you act like you, regardless. But what I'm saying is, stop trying to appeal. You feel me? Stop trying to appeal. If you being you, you don't gotta appeal to nobody. But the moment you start trying to appeal to other people, then you lose yourself. In schools, and I'm like, it's cracking. You lose yourself. And what's the point? At that point, what's the point of anything? You feel me? When you lost yourself in the midst of all of this shit. So often we do that in relationships. Like we be so head over heels for somebody to the point, you know, it's like whatever you want. Sorry to tell you, not what you're supposed to do. You should never overextend yourself, no matter what the relationship is. It could be your child. Because at that point, you handicap a person. You handicap a person. And you think, oh, I'm just trying to make sure they know I'll do everything for them. You handicap a person when you do that. So it becomes imperative that we become sensitive enough to ourselves as well. I mean, once you become sensitive enough to yourself, you know, hey, bro, I'm doing too much, because if somebody was doing that for me, they be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be real with yourself and stop accepting certain help that you don't need. That's where it begins at. But until you get to the point that you don't ask for people nor allow other people to overextend themselves to you, because you know what come with it. As sure as the dynamics of a man and a woman is, if a man give a woman a whole bunch of money, he gonna expect a lot. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come in, so we can get them algorithms up for the fam. He gonna require a lot from that woman when he do ask for something. You feel me? Because he feel like he invested into something, or he's invested. So same thing with a woman who gives her affections to a man all the time, you feel me, and gives it to him a lot. Yes. Let's talk about how, on the other side with the women, aside from the fact that keep giving her affections to you, what she gives to you, as far as those juice and love, you know what I'm saying? Those things must be replenished. It's darn near impossible for you to think about trying to do something for somebody else if you ain't thought about doing it for yourself. Ain't it another lovely day? It's just another lovely day. Another lovely day. Can't fucking find what they talking about? What they talking about, man? Who said you was through? Who said I wasn't me and you was you? Man, shout out to the OG AJ Johnson. Shout out. Y'all make sure y'all make some people feel good in your lifetime. Make some people not feel so bad about the life that they had to lead. Make them find some joy in this existence. This is something to be amazed by, something to enjoy. Feel me? Appreciate your life, because can't nobody feel that void. Man, man. Just one of them days, boy. When I got a lot of shit going on. I could be angry inside, but I don't wanna let life take it out on me. Sending positive energy to all of those in the struggle and those who just came out of one. Those who about to go into one. Cause this life is full of rises, falls, laughs, cries. And let me be an example that you can make it, because I done been through it all the ups and downs with this life. Just to be able to stand tall. All the ups and downs with this life, just to be able to stand tall and tell y'all, like, you're gonna be alright. You already alright. We it. Why you think a motherfucker always trying to take you off your point? Motherfucker always trying to take you off base with this shit. Cause you it. Won't nobody be worrying about you if you ain't no threat. You ain't nobody. But they know our body out here, you feel me? You got the best hand, cuz. Blood, you got the best hand. Make sure that's understood. Make sure you understand. And Talking what it was. Talking what it is, man. Talking what it is, man. And that which is true. Yeah, they got a lot of lies to tell you. But what about when it don't add up? When it don't add up, it just ain't that. I told these people I'm the sun, bro. That sun be hitting different off me. But be that as it may, like I said, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up busy being distracted. But purposely distract yourself at times. When people trying to make you act out, purposely distract yourself. Don't feed into it. Because it's you that got to live with you. Like my mom used to say, you out there fighting for all them people, but ain't nobody here getting this whooping but you. In that sense, you got to live with you. It didn't stop me from taking up for people. It didn't stop me from getting in trouble for my niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I did start to make decisions whether certain things was worth the whooping, you feel me? Some things I just made sure we didn't do it at all. Or if they did, I was, like, bruh, you think of, let me know why you did that. Because I don't understand. I wouldn't have did that. Just me. But, of course, I used to be like, I don't be out here like y'all. So what made you do that? So understanding first. So, person that you trying to understand them, they're more likely to be considerate of what you got to say, too. So for those who felt like I felt as a kid, like people don't listen to me, well, you gotta listen to people. You gotta listen to people first. The people don't want to hear you. Y'all about ready to go in this walk? Cause it's about that time. For big walkers. For big walkers. Appreciate y'all coming through, family. I love you as myself, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Is we are one. We are one. Get this show on the road. Get this show on the road. I'll see y'all in just a few. Kinfolk. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. Say what? We just broke bread right now.